Hello students, welcome to the first class and the first lesson of standard 5 naming daffodils. Daffodil is a yellow colored flower and it has been written by William Wordsworth. Let's have a glance upon the life of William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth was born on April 1777 in Cockermouth, Cumberland, England. Wordsworth's mother died when he was 7 and he was an orphan at the age of 13. Despite these losses, he did well at Hoxside Grammar School, where he wrote his first poetry and went on to study at Cambridge University. He managed to graduate in 1791. There is interesting fact about William Wordsworth that he was once recognized as a French spy. In the late 1790, William Wordsworth was thought to be a French spy and was surveilled by a government agent. Now, the writing style, William Wordsworth focuses upon the Romanticism. In his poem, we can easily feel the Romanticism. His subject of study is poetry, and the notable family member is his sister Dorothy Wordsworth. His notable works are The Solitary Reaper, The Prelude, Lyrical Ballads, The World is Too Much With Us, Odd Intimation of Immortality, The Ruined Cottage, etc. Students, let me tell you the rhyme scheme of this poem. The 4-6 line stanzas of this poem follow a quatrain couplet rhyme scheme AB, AB, and CC. Let me underline it. The rhyme scheme AB, AB, and CC. What is the summary of this poem? What the poet has tried to write in this poem? The plot of this poem is very simple, showing poet moving aimlessly beside the hills and sees a host of golden daffodils tossing their heads into a gentle wind. This scenario pleases and comforts the poet. Thus, whenever the poet feels himself in tranquility and in sad mood, he recalls the beauty of daffodils and his heart fills with pleasure. So now, students, let's start the chapter Daffodils. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. The poet finds himself very lonely because he is wandering here and there. And how he is wandering? He is wandering like a small cloud in the sky who moves here and there aimlessly. So while moving here and there, he thinks himself like a cloud floating in the sky. And all at once, suddenly, he sees a crowd of the daffodils beside the lake. The wind was blowing mildly. There was a breeze, and into that breeze, the daffodils were nodding their heads as if they were fluttering and dancing. Let's move to the next stanza. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000s saw I at a glance tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The daffodils, nodding their heads in the gentle wind, seem to be like a twinkling star in the Milky Way. Have you seen the Milky Star? Yes, my dear, you can see it at night. Milky Way is the cluster of the stars. So, the poet has compared the host of the daffodils with the Milky Way, and it has stretched to never-ending line. He could see the line of the daffodils as much his eyes are capable of watching. So, 10,000s of daffodils he could see through his eyes, tossing their heads in that breeze. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not be but gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. So, this beautiful scenario has a beautiful impact upon William Wordsworth. The sprightly, the dancing of the daffodils has and marvelous is creating a marvelous scene there, as if the water waves are shining. And William Wordsworth is feeling very happy by watching it. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. So, in the last stanza of this poem, William Wordsworth writes that whenever he is in pensive mood, whenever his mood is sad, upset, and whenever he feels tranquility, whenever he lies on the bed at the night, to amuse himself, he shut down his eyes and thinks about that beautiful scenario of the daffodils dancing with the breeze. And this recalling makes heart feel pleasure of the William Wordsworth. His heart fills with the pleasure, and thus the the mood of the poet changes. And this is what the poet has tried to write in this poem. Thanks, students, for watching this video. Stay at home, stay safe.